So underway in this Marsh Community Series game in Whyalla. Dunkley gets an early clearance, rolls it towards Smith at half forward, and Shacky Burton collects it. Both dumped. Free kick to Lloyd.
That was brilliant by Bond, and you just hope a few other people look at that. He went for the reflex handball, but he pulled it back because his receiver was already covered.
Sits it up, and great grab taken under immense pressure by the new recruit, Josh Bruce.
Up on his back. In fact, it was McKenzie right up on his back.
That was a good grab.
It was an excellent grab.
He's normally a great kick, 171.95 for his career, and that's why they bought him.
Great response from the Bulldogs there, and an excellent mark. Great kick, as we said, to the open side of the ground.
And he's still there.
See what this Breeze is doing now.
Poor checking, really, from Port Adelaide.
Goes to English, who's a metre closer, probably, but better angle, and is he as good a kick? 9 goals, 12 for his short career so far, Tim English, so he's worse than 50-50. That's struck pretty well, and it's there. Bit of gold, Tim English.
And of course, nobody's at all interested in him. There's a great shot here. You can just see him cruising around. Steve Motlop looking the other way. He's asleep, as are the other two blokes that are around him. And Tim English just bobs up and goes back and threads it nicely.
Smart ploy where Lysette was positioned in the goal square for the long ball going in from the Western Bulldogs. So
Pepper had to go and chase it. McLean got there first. Bontempelli to set it up here. Good little dodge step.
Oh, that was brilliant play. Again,
Bruce.
There was an option to handball. The voice was there, but he didn't release.
Wait, Caleb Daniels' kick back into the middle was turned over from Port Adelaide, but they gave it back by hand. The Bulldogs had numbers around to clean it up.
We know how clever Suckling can be with those kicks, and that's slipped through nicely. Good start to this contest.
Themselves by giving it back.
Lysette. That his own crumb. Bonner.
And again.
Johannesson, and he's off. Thumps it into space. Outstanding delivery. And Wallace.
It was a great kick by Jason Johannesson.
Wallace with one of the better kick percentages at goal in the team. Slots that with ease. Good start this for the Dogs. Got a handball out. And McRae makes the most of it. McLean. Dunkley pulls the kick to the hot spot. Nice delivery again, and Bruce can line up again.
And it's the beauty of the 6, 6 and 6. I mean, they're lined up. You rarely see a full forward mark and lead the ball like that coming out of the goal square, but at centre bounces in the old structure, that's exactly what we saw there.
Slight breeze working against him. Still in the field of play for the jumpers, and that's a hold. English has got it.
Kicks have both been shanks, and
set shots.
He's paid to at least get them close.
So Lloyd kicks the goal, and the Dogs
from nowhere, Dwayne. It was just one passage of play. And
trying to work out why Lloyd took the kick when English was grabbed.
A little handoff.
Oh, he did hand it off. Okay.
Little handoff.
Absolutely.
Pretty clever indeed.
It is actually.
And that's just giving away a free kick.
Yep.
Read it well, finds Wallace. So it opens up now for Dale. 1-on-1, driving kick. McKenzie early lead, Lewis the free. And well played by Lloyd. He could have taken off, but he knows this is a 4th year on the list now for Lewis Young. Look at the 3rd-year Blues last year, but this has been a splendid start for him to 2020. Left his grasp. Lipinski with a bullet. Dale, Rourke Smith, Wallace hands it back again to Rourke, and he slots it. 2 in 30 seconds.
A couple of times we've seen today the mistake. The replacements at half-time for the Western Bulldogs have both been able to get on the scoreboard.
Well, it was a good kick on the right, and then it was a good kick on the left. And Rourke Smith, Jono, he's in that bracket, one of the 6.
That's right.
He's fighting for his spot.
He definitely is.
He probably knows it's only going to be at best on the pine, but right now he's in consideration.
Let's hope it's not worse than just day over. Westhoff. Lloyd. Harder. Oh, good pluck. Dale back with the flight. Well, Bonner thought he was able to mark it.
It looked like Bonner was going for the grab indeed.
Yeah. Kicks it with ease. 5-point game.
Well, he was
Now walking off.
That would be horrific news. It's such an injury interrupted career. His ankle's been the main thing recently in English. Takes a good mark, holding his ground. A couple of skip steps from English. And the Dogs are in front.
Well, they've kicked 4-3 in this quarter to 1-3.
As he loves to do. Williams kick smothered. Drew got his body on the line. Good drop step from Smith. Opens it up to McRae. Jonas. Bruce outreached him. Fantastic quarter this from the Dogs. He looks really good in a Bulldog jumper. Josh Bruce.
Well, that have gone over the back as well, where he's been able to out-muscle his direct opponent, McKenzie earlier in the game, and Cleary on this occasion, or Jonas over the top.
And Bailey Smith is continuing on a very fine quarter. He's most influential.
The open side, they peel. Rourke Smith, great use of the body, splendid hands, got to Lipinski, pushing the back. Advantage is paid, and Lloyd slots it from nowhere.
He's dropped. Free kick advantage down the field because of the way Lipinski was treated in the tackle.
Chance here, Port. He hasn't touched it in this term. The Dogs are just dominating.
Lloyd gets on the end of the handball, and he's kicked it, kept it low, sailed over their heads, and that's a much needed one against the grain.
Haven't been able to reset defensively.
Mark Rasciuto downstairs with an update. What have you got for us, Roo?
Oh, listen, the Dogs have had a great second
We've
half.
got a good
We'll
run
have-
into our boys in Whyalla. That's all we needed. Fans here don't care. They've seen a win. And Leanan gets 2 in a row to finish it all off. And they come from everywhere.